Hello, West family. My name is Carl Mercer, and I'm the principal of this amazing school. Welcome to West Forsyth High School's virtual parent night, hosted by our counseling office. West Forsyth High School is a family built on three core values: support, trust, and strength. Building strong relationships is the center of all we do. We are committed to fostering a positive climate and strong academic culture. At West, it is our hope that every student has a trusted adult in whom they can confide. This is Forsyth County Schools Learner Profile, our district's strategic compass. You will see it focused around 5 attributes. If you are not familiar with the Learner Profile, then I suggest you take some time to review this on our district's website. At West, we strive to instill the attributes of this learner profile every day through our vision, inspiring innovative leaders. Our mission is to build a strong foundation of relationships in order to engage all students in rigorous and relevant learning. Our motto, we excel and succeed together. At West, we believe in the 3 R's: relationships. Create and maintain an environment where the West family feels emotionally and physically safe, involved, and connected. Rigor. Engage students in ways that promote higher order thinking skills, problem solving, and ownership. And relevance. Offer a comprehensive experience that provides for career connections and prepares students to succeed. Every morning, I make 6 statements on the morning announcements. Be awesome. I want all of us to strive to do our best every single day. Have fun. We all need to have balance in our lives. Having fun refers to pursuing your passions by getting involved with all that West Forsyth High School has to offer. Make this the best day ever. This is about putting smiles on faces and helping people in need. I am West Forsyth. This is a reminder that we all represent the school and community. We need to focus on making good decisions and choices no matter where we are or what we are doing. Success for one is success for all. We are family. As I explained before, we are the West family built on 3 core values: support, trust, and strength. Finally, have a great Wolverine Day. This is simple. The only thing better than a great day is a great Wolverine Day. These are all components of being an icon at West. Thank you so much for your time, and now I will turn it over.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. Today, we're going to go over our introductions of some people you'll be hearing from tonight. We'll be hearing from the department heads. We'll give you an overview of West Forsyth High School. We'll be talking about our CTAE pathways and our electives. We'll share some additional academic information. We'll discuss the parent portal directions, and we'll review upcoming events and deadlines. So I'm one of our assistant principals here. I work with our counselors in the schedule. My name is Jennifer Daniel. We have Kathy Harrell, who works with students with last names A through CH, Courtney Knight, CI through GI, Morgan Lemmings, GL through KO, Sharon Riles, KR through N, and Taylor Callahan, O through SK. We also have our lead counselor, Allison Reinhart, who works with students SL through Z. Our department heads you'll hear from tonight with English Language Arts, Jenny Coots, Adrian Carlisle with Science, Donna Duncan, World Language, Meredith Phillips, Math, Bo Bryson, Social Studies, Josh Chiree, Fine Arts, Jamie Wilbanks, CTAE, Gwen Cheatham, Special Education, Clayton Tillery, Health and PE, and Amy Shadmurray, ESOL. All right, at this time, I'm going to turn it over to our English Department Chair, Jenny Koontz.
Okay, we have 9th literature. Okay, so sorry. We have for 9th grade English classes, we have 9th Lit Comp Honors and 9th Literature and Composition. And for our honors classes, our students go deeper into the standard. There's more opportunities for enrichment, and we also have alignment more with our AP classes later down the road when they take AP Language and AP Literature. The 9th Lit Composition is still similar content, still standards based. However, we don't have, they might be moving a little bit slower pace and maybe not quite as many of the enrichment there. The tests for both classes, there's writing, multiple choice. Like I mentioned earlier, for the honors classes, we move at a faster pace, and the ninth lit comp is more at a slower pace. So for the courses offered throughout their high school, so ninth grade, as we mentioned, they can go into ninth lit comp or honors, ninth lit comp honors, or and then they move on to 10th grade. If they're in ninth lit comp, their next grade or their next class would be 10th lit comp, followed by 11th grade, where they would have American literature, which is an EOC year. They will have the end of course test that year, and as well as ninth grade lit comp. And then as seniors, they can take, from that trajectory, they can take either British literature or advanced composition. And then ninth lit comp honors, they're ready for 10th lit comp honors, followed by AP language composition and AP literature. So we have 2 AP classes that we offer at 11th and 12th grade. And as I mentioned earlier, they can switch if they decide, like if they're in ninth lit and they decide that they want to challenge themselves 10th grade year, they can always go up and move into the honors, or vice versa. And they're signed up for, 10th lit comp honors, 9th lit comp honors, and they decide they want to back off and they maybe want to go kind of a different route, math science, or however, they have that opportunity as well. So it's not a fixed trajectory there. So, and then also in 12th grade, they do have dual enrollment.
Hi, I'm Adrienne Carlisle, and I'm the Science Department Chair. Ninth grade, honors biology or on-level biology. The differences here are outlined that honors biology goes a good bit deeper than the standard because we are trying to prepare these students for the AP pathway and the AP opportunities that follow. There's more writing on the tests in the honors class, constructed response, versus in the on-level biology class. Those tests tend to be designed after the EOC with a more multiple choice focus. The pace is faster in honors. We do cover more ground. And of course, the labs that they're going to be doing are going to be more AP or college level style rather than the high school level labs, which are given more concrete directions. In the AP style classes, they tend to create more inquiry and come up with more of the variables or design aspects on their own. Here we have an outline of the various options that students have by year. In order to graduate, students need 4 science credits. Many of our students come from the middle school with the physical science credit, and then they move through. Our recommended pathway is that they will take a biology their 9th grade, chemistry their 10th grade, and a physics class their junior or senior year, depending. Some students actually graduate with 4 or 5, upwards of 6 science course credits. So in 9th grade, your options are honors biology or biology. 10th grade, the options increase for our students. In 11th grade, you can see that they increase even more, and they remain quite varied for them as they enter their 12th grade year. These are sample or potential course offerings by grade level, a schedule that a student might have. Some of our accelerated science students choose to double up in science beginning their junior year. So you can see that they would take the honors biology prerequisite in 9th grade, then they could take the pairing of honors chemistry and AP biology their 10th grade, follow that with the AP chemistry and perhaps an anatomy or a physics course, and then carrying on and completing all of our AP classes, or virtually all of our AP classes, as they move through their senior year. Other students don't double up quite so early. They might take a single course their freshman and their sophomore year, and then consider various opportunities as they move into their junior and senior year, perhaps leveling up into those AP courses or following something that is of particular interest to them, like the astronomy, the oceanography, the anatomy program. We do offer a variety of extracurriculars for students to get involved and potentially compete or earn awards. Science Olympiad is a very popular program for anybody in 9th through 12th grade. So if your student has participated in the middle school, we welcome them to continue their participation at the high school level. For Science Fair, that's also open to any student, and that's little less directed, whereas Science Olympiad has categories and outlines and a focus for their various events. Science Fair is open to whatever students are interested in pursuing. And we also offer Science National Honor Society for our upperclassmen. So we encourage your students to do their best so that they can be eligible to participate in that as well.
Hi, my name's Donna Duncan, and I'm the World Language Department Chair here at West Forsyth, where we are family and we share lots of things, especially media products, computers and stuff when one of them doesn't work. Most of your students will come in with 1 credit of Spanish 1. They will have gotten it in the middle school, and so therefore the first thing that most of them do is just go ahead and register for Spanish 2. And so if you look at this, you can see the course sequence. If they take Spanish 2 in 9th grade, then they have the option of taking Spanish 3 in 10th grade, Spanish 4 in 11th grade, and AP Spanish in 12th grade. But what about those students who didn't take a language, who have moved in from another area, or who just want to try something new? We do offer French and Latin, and 9th graders are able to take French 1 and Latin 1. At this point, a lot of times we can have students that double up in foreign language because there's not a social studies requirement for 9th graders. So we might have a student that's really strong in languages, really interested in them, who might take Spanish 2 and French 1 or Spanish 2 and Latin 1, and that's fine. But this just kind of walks you through the sequence. As you can see, we have French 1 and Latin 1 in 9th grade, French 2 and Latin 2 in 10th grade. 11th grade is French 3 and Latin 3, and then 12th grade is normally French 4, Latin 4, or AP French or AP Latin. One thing that is a big misconception about world language is you don't actually have to have world language to graduate from high school. So, you know, a lot of people are like, well, I have to have 2 years to graduate. You actually don't have to have 2 years to graduate. However, if your child is planning to go to a major university, they will need to have some sort of language requirement. And I know that you're sitting here thinking, my kids are just now getting into high school and you want me to figure out how to, you know, start looking at colleges. But one thing you really need to be careful about is making sure that your child does have the language requirements that are needed for college admission. Some colleges even require that you have 3 of the same language. And when it says 3 consecutive years, it means 3 years of Spanish, 3 years of Latin, 3 years of French. So you can't do 2 years of Spanish and 1 year of Latin and 1 year of French and be like, oh, I had 4 years of language. So it's very important that you and your child sit down and you talk to them about this and what kind of decisions, where they're going and what they want to do. And once again, most kids come in with that 1 year of foreign language, so they go ahead and stay with it anyway. We do have a world language pathway. If students successfully complete at least 3 years of the same world language, they may be eligible to receive a world language pathway medallion at the end at graduation, for graduation. But there are some other requirements that are met. So when that time comes, we will start talking to your students next year about what it takes to earn the pathway medallion, what they need to do, and then we'll help them to reach that. And there's my phone number and my email. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'll be glad to answer them for you.
All right, here we go. I'm Meredith Phillips. I'm the math department chair at West this year. Okay. The way I set this up was that you can basically look at this and look at where your student is in 8th grade, and then it kind of shows you where they're going to end up by 12th grade. So you have students that begin in 8th grade math, or if they're in advanced 8th grade math, those are sometimes the same spot. Some schools don't even offer advanced 8th grade math. And then Algebra 1, and then Algebra 1 or Excel A, and then if they come in and they're in Excel A now. So what we want to look at first, if your student is in 8th grade math, chances are as 9th grade, they're coming in either in Foundations of Algebra or Algebra 1. Either one is fine, and then they will continue on from there. If your child is in Algebra 1 currently in 8th grade, then they will turn around and take geometry as 9th graders. Then if they are in Algebra 1 or Excel A, they could take honors geometry as a 9th grader. And then if they're in Excel A, but maybe the accelerated track is a little too quick, they didn't love it, they could go take honors geometry as a 9th grader, or they can continue on with our Excel B program. Either way, I feel like our middle school teachers do a very good job at recommending students based on the way they have performed in middle school. And most of the time they get the kids right as far as where they belong coming in as ninth graders. I would encourage you that to have a conversation with your 8th grade math teacher, with your student's 8th grade math teacher, if you're concerned about that recommendation, as they could probably give you some insight into why, they chose that for your student. Please know that you're not locked into one of these paths when you get to West Forsyth. If your student comes in Algebra 1 in 9th grade and knocks it out of the park, we have the ability to potentially double up in geometry and Algebra 2 so that your student could take an on-level calculus class in 12th grade. This is just the most suggested path for your student based on where they are in 8th grade. If your student is going to be in Foundations of Algebra, Algebra 1, or Geometry, they're going to need a multi-view calculator. It's the TI-30 XS. It's a wonderful calculator. It's under $20. You can get them anywhere. We sell them in the school store as well when your student gets here if you'd rather wait. But it's a great calculator, and that is the calculator that the teachers are going to use when they're instructing. We have software on our smart boards that matches these calculators so that the teachers will be able to instruct the students on keystrokes and how to effectively use it. If they have a different calculator than this, that makes it kind of difficult to follow along. Now, if they are in the accelerated math classes, they are going to need both calculators. They're going to need the multi-view and also the graphing calculator. I do realize that the Casio graphing calculator is cheaper than the TI-84 graphing calculator. However, it is not user-friendly, and it is not the calculator that we will use to instruct our students. Again, we have software that goes with our boards so that we can work with those keystrokes and data entry into these calculators and to teach these kids to be effective calculator users. It's better if they've got the same calculator as the teacher and as the instructional arena. Now, I will say that we do loan some calculators if you're unable to afford one. So we will just have your student come in. All they have to do is provide a note in 9th grade saying, that they can't afford one, and we will check those calculators out to students. So if this is a financial burden for you and you have a student that's going to need one, we will definitely be able to take care of that for you. Last but not least, that's my email address. If you need to get in touch with me or if you have questions about your particular student, please notice that my email is mhphillips. There is another poor Meredith Phillips that teaches 1st grade in the county, and she gets all of my emails. So if you do need something regarding math at West Forsyth, it's mhphillips, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. But I would say, please defer to your 8th grade math teacher if you're concerned about your student's recommendation, or if you just have questions regarding that recommendation. I'm sure they will be able to give you some insight. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Bo Bryson, the Social Studies Department Chair. As Donna said earlier, there are no required courses for 9th grade Social Studies. Both are elective courses, however. The options that you have to choose from are Advanced Placement Human Geography. This is a college level course with requirements that are set up by the College Board. It moves at a much faster pace than the on-level courses, and it is a year long. This is compared to World Geography, which is an on-level course. Tests are more in line with multiple choice options that they might see on an end of course exam. The pace is a little bit slower, and there are 2 options there, either year long or semester, but both of those are elective courses and again are not required. The map for the entire Social Studies curriculum sets out like this. So there are 4 courses that students need as requirements for graduation. That starts in 10th grade with World History. Then you move on to your 11th grade US History. Both of those courses are year-long options. That then moves into 12th grade, where you have semester options of on-level economics and on-level government. You also have year-long AP options of macroeconomics and U.S. government and politics. There are a number of different electives that are allowed from 10th through 12th grade, and that's AP psychology, psychology and sociology, and current events as well.
Hi, everyone. I'm Courtney Knight. I'm one of the counselors, and the counselors are going to present the next few slides just to talk about some of the requirements and kind of how to, think about rigor and things when you're scheduling your students. So Just basics, what do you have to get out of high school? Students must earn a minimum of 23 credits. 4 of those are English, 4 are math, 4 are science, 3 are social studies, because again, there's no social studies requirement for freshmen. 3 must be either career tech, world language, or fine arts, any combination of those. Everyone will take a semester of health and a semester of personal fitness, and then 4 additional electives. So this is what our daily schedule will look like next year. It's a little bit of a hybrid model. We start every day at 8:25 a.m. and we release at 3:40. As you can see, this is the bell schedule, and then Wednesdays and Thursdays will kind of operate similarly to how we are doing it this year, with extended class times and lunch every day, because lunch will be during 5th period. So this is the schedule which we will have available for you online. And then this is how we do our grading. We do send home report cards every 9 weeks, but we only post credit for courses at the end of every academic school year. So you won't see any kind of change in a GPA until the end of the school year, typically. A year-long course is worth 1 credit, and semester or half-year courses are worth half of a credit. For every, an A is defined as a 90 to 100, a B is an 80 to an 89, and a C is a 70 to a 79. For each of those grades, students are given quality points, which go towards the GPA. So for every A, they get 4 points, B, 3 points, C, 2 points. And then each class, their grades are made up of summative and formative assignments. Summative assignments are your bigger grades, like tests, projects, things like that, and those are worth 75% of their grade. And then formative grades are worth 25%. Those are going to be homework, quizzes, things like that.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sharon Riles. I'm also one of the counselors here at West. Just a quick review of some of the options in terms of classes for students for next year. The math options, again, and this will be dependent on what is recommended from their current math teacher. Foundations of Algebra, Algebra 1. They could have Algebra 1 with support if so necessary, Geometry or Geometry Honors, and then there's the Accelerated Geometry B with Algebra 2 if they're on that accelerated math track in 8th grade. Other required academic classes, they'll either have be recommended for 9th Lit on level or 9th Lit Honors, and Biology or Biology Honors. And then we have several fine arts electives. There's a little bit of something for everybody here at West. So as you'll see, we have options from band, technical theater, chorus, which there is an audition required for that, and some of our music classes as well. We have music theory, visual arts, and even journalism as well for students to participate in. Other electives that students can choose from, they can choose from team sports or weight training. We also offer driver's education, and we pair that with either a semester of team sports or a semester of world geography. Please note, in order to take driver's ed, the fee is $125 and it is simulated. They do driving simulations on the machines in the classroom and not live hours on the road. So there's definitely something to keep in mind. And then other academic electives that we offer, aside from the world languages, again, Spanish, French, or Latin. And then they can also take, again, either a semester-long or a year-long world geography course, or AP Human Geography. And that AP Human Geography is the only AP class that freshmen can enroll in for their freshman year. A sample schedule, this is just one example of a potential schedule that students could have. As you see, they would have their 9th Lit class, Biology, Algebra 1, that semester of health and personal fitness, and then possibly maybe band, chorus, an art class, or a drama class, and then 2 electives, which could be any combination, maybe another band class or another drama class. That's where also a foreign language would fit into that into that space as well. And then here's another schedule of perhaps maybe for students who might be on recommended for honors level classes, or might be on that accelerated math track. As you can see, we have the combination of 9th Lit for honors, and then Biology Honors, along with that accelerated Algebra 1 and Geometry A. Again, the semester of health and personal fitness. You see there's space there for that foreign language, AP Human Geography, and another elective for band, chorus, or drama. Social studies, remember, social studies is not a requirement for 9th graders, but they could get, if you take that AP Human Geography class, they will get like an academic elective credit for that. So these are just some examples of schedules. Obviously, these are not set in stone, but these are just some examples for students coming in to their 9th grade year. For students who want to take an AP course, just to remember, an AP course, advanced placement, they get college credit for that. There is a national exam that they can take at the end of the year to earn that college credit. They get an additional quality point added to their Forsyth County transcript. So for example, where we have that 4.0, 4 points for an A, if it's an AP course, it's going to be 5 points for an A. And then they'll get a half a point added to their HOPE GPA up to a 4.0.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the HOPE scholarship. You have to have a 3.0 grade point average to qualify for HOPE. Roughly, it pays about 80% of your tuition, and that calculates your core classes or your academic classes, not your general electives. There are academic electives that will calculate into that GPA, but not your general electives. You also have to have 4 rigor classes, and you can find that list of rigor classes on the West Forsyth High School website. And to know what your HOPE GPA is, you can access that from georgiafutures.org. Just go on there, set up an account, and then you can find your HOPE GPA that way. Zell Miller, a little bit different criteria. You have to have a 3.7 HOPE GPA. Once again, that calculates those core classes. But then you also have to have a certain score on the ACT or on the SAT, a 1200 on the SAT or a 26 on the ACT. Of course, the 4 rigor classes, and once again, you can access that information from georgiafutures.org. Things to consider when you're choosing classes. How motivated are you? What kind of student do you want to be? What are your future goals? Do you push yourself to be the best? Are you persistent and determined when it gets difficult? Band, chorus, drama, and art will help you stay on track. Some of West's highest achieving students are in these programs. How involved are you? Find a balance. And it is so important because there are many opportunities once you get to the high school level. There's school organizations, athletics, course leadership positions, and community activities. So you want to make sure that you do find that balance. You know, you go as far as you want to put a lot of those interesting things on your schedule, but you don't want to overdo it.
Now we're going to review some instructions for how to navigate the parent portal and making sure that your requests are in there for your student's schedule next year. So when you log into your parent portal, on the left-hand side, you will see a More button. You'll need to click the More button and then click on Course Registration. Once you do that, you will see a list of classes that your student was recommended for by their current teachers. Once you see this list at the top, you will see a percentage bar at the top. Your goal is, and our goal is to make sure that your student's percentage bar ends at 100%. So in looking at that, we need to see how to get there. Then on the next screen, you will see an Add Course button, and this will give you the option to add any additional elective options that you would like for your student. If you know the course name or number that you're looking for, you can go ahead and search it in the search bar, or if you see it listed, you can go ahead and select the arrow next to the course name. In the new screen, then you'll see a course history listed. This means if your student has already taken this course, then do not select that course option. That means they can't get the same credit twice. You'll need to select back if you do see that course history listed. If you don't see the course history listed, you can go ahead and select Add Request or Add Alternate at the bottom. You'll only be able to add alternate when your student's units have reached 70 out of 70 or the 100% complete. We do recommend that your student select at least one, preferably 2 to 3 alternates for their classes. This just ensures that they get their requests and their say-so rather than the computer picking for them. Once you have selected enough classes, the completion bar at the top will read 100%. You'll need to select the alternates again just to make sure. We want those alternates, 1 or 2 alternates listed on there to make sure everything is complete. Once that's complete, you'll select the back arrow at the top. This will bring you back to the main screen and show you all the courses requested and your alternates. You'll then have the option to make any corrections, and then you can select the print button at the bottom to have record of your requests.
Now we'll turn it over to Lisa Marie to talk about our 3DE Leadership Academy that we offer at West.
All right, I am assuming that everybody can hear me. Hopefully, yes. I'm here to talk about the 3DE Leadership Academy at West Forsyth. It's very difficult for me to let you know what we do in just a minute or so. It's not an easy answer, but do know that on our West Forsyth counseling page, on our West Forsyth academics page, we have a Padlet that gives you extensive information about the model, what we do, the industries we partner with, how it's different. There's documents, videos, pictures, testimonials that can give you an in-depth look of 3DE Leadership Academy at West Forsyth. So I do encourage you to go check that out on our West Forsyth webpage. Basically, we're this school within a school model where we work, as you can see these bullets here, with a cohort of students. It's interdisciplinary learning within your core classes, your core academic classes, math, science, ELA, and in 9th grade, we have one required elective, marketing, which is where we launch our case challenges out of. But basically, if you have a student or you are a student who's interested in doing school a little different, you like to solve real world problems, you might maybe have asked the question, when will I ever use this math or English standard in the real world? That's what 3DE Leadership Academy is here to help you do. We work through case challenges, against relevant learning, solving those real world problems. We partner with a breadth of industries. Our partners come in and support our students and teachers during the whole process and in a culminating event. So there are just so many ways for our students to have opportunities with the real world. There is nothing that you have to do with special in scheduling other than sign up with your enrollment form, which is found on that West Forsyth High School website. It's the first click enrollment form, or ask a counselor if you need help. From there, we'll remind you again about the one class marketing principles that you have to register for your elective. But other than that, 3DE Leadership Academy comes to you during the day, during your core classes. If you have any more questions, there's a question and answer form as well on that West Forsyth High School website for the 3DE Academy that you can shoot me a question and we'll get right back to you. Thank you.
Okay, now we would like the opportunity to show you some of the different pathways that we offer at West.
Welcome to West Forsyth High School. My name is Haley Schreimer, and today I'll be taking you on a tour of all things career tech. Here at West Forsyth, we seek to provide an ongoing partnership between education and industry. We offer students a variety of pathways to choose from, all with the goal of preparing students with the necessary skill sets to be successful in their future. Let's take a look. In audio, video, tech, and film, students will learn modern film techniques and develop the skills needed to work on a professional film set. If you want to be a director, camera operator, screenwriter, set designer, or anything else related to the film industry, then this is the class for you. In the computer science pathway, students will learn how to use coding to create software and games. The focus is on programming, but other elements of computer science will also be included to ensure success. In the web development pathway, students will learn how to use coding to build professional websites. Both pathways supply students with the skills they need to have a successful career in the IT industry. If you want to work in a salon or become an image expert when it comes to hair, skin, and nails, then cosmetology is the place for you. Students will learn fundamental theory within the 3-year pathway and have the opportunity to join the cosmetology licensing program. Are you interested in learning how to cook or becoming a chef in the restaurant industry? Then culinary arts is the pathway for you. Students will learn a variety of skills and gain hands-on experience within the commercial kitchen. If you are not interested in working in a restaurant kitchen but want to learn about the science of food and learn about healthy food choices, sign up for the Food and Nutrition Pathway. Engineering and technology students will learn to use a variety of software packages to create hands-on projects. Students will also gain a variety of other soft and technical skills that will help them in their future. In the marketing pathway, we are preparing students to become emerging leaders in the business industry. There are 3 pathways within marketing. Marketing management students have the opportunity to work in West Inc. or West Express and learn how to run a successful business. Fashion marketing students will be introduced to the retail fashion industry. Students in the advanced fashion class have the opportunity to plan events such as the prom fashion show. In the sports and entertainment marketing pathway, students will learn how the functions of marketing are tied to the sports and entertainment industry. They will attend field trips at the local stadiums, work on promotion plans for different events, and develop a sports franchise from the ground up. In the teaching as a profession pathway, students will learn what it takes to become a teacher. This hands-on pathway allows for students to intern in a local school as well as earn college credit when they finish the pathway. Our newest addition to the Career Tech Choice is the 3DE Leadership Academy. Within the program, Junior Achievement uses its network to connect students with different companies and industry leaders. The goal of 3DE is to teach students how to solve real-world problems that these companies may be facing. Thank you so much for coming on the tour of the Career Tech programs with me today. We look forward to having you join the West Career Tech family.
Hello, everyone. My name is Josh Tyree, and I'm the Director of Bands here at West Forsyth and the Fine Arts Chair as well. We have some great offerings in the Fine Arts Department. We have band, color guard, which is music appreciation class. We have orchestra, guitar, music tech, chorus, drama, musical theater, tech theater, visual art 1, and journalism yearbook. So instead of talking about it too much, let me let Melina here show you our band promo video, give you a taste of what the kids do at West Forsyth. So as you can see, there are fine arts programs are really kicking here at West Forsyth. We're quickly becoming a model for a lot of schools around the state, and we're just excited about it. It's really easy to get into band, and all the other fine arts courses we all have beginning level offerings where you don't have to have an experience. So if you're interested in getting in touch, check me out at the website, jtyree@forsyth.k12.ga.us. Be happy to speak with you.
All right, this is Courtney Knight with the counseling department. Just wanted to hit on some important dates for the registration timeline. So the portal and the waivers, both of those things will be available this Thursday, the 18th at 8 a.m. The waiver is an electronic form that you would submit should you not agree with an academic recommendation that was given to your students. So for instance, if they were recommended for honors 9th grade literature, but you guys, maybe they're going to be involved in sports and they have a lot of things outside of school that they do that take up their time, and you guys want to come out of honors and into on level, that would be a situation where you would fill out a waiver. Or vice versa, if they're recommended for on level, but you want to try honors, for example. So all of that will be available the 18th, at 8 a.m. through the 24th at 4 p.m. And then after that closes, the counseling department is going to work hard to make sure that everything looks right and it's all cleaned up, and you guys will be able to log back in March 31st through April 2nd to go in and view the final request. So this is a time where you're going to go in and be able to see, okay, we requested this waiver and it was approved, and these are the elective courses that are going to be in. This is not the final schedule. This is just the finalized list of the requests. The schedule won't actually come out until July. So we just talked about this, the waiver. It's to override a teacher's recommendation. They're all due by 4 p.m. on the 24th. They will be completed online only. If a waiver is approved, it's very important to note, if a waiver is approved, we cannot make a change after the fact. So the schedule will remain as it is approved based on the waiver. And then, we ask that you defer to the middle school counselors until your student enters high school. So please direct all of your questions to them. However, if you still have any kind of generic questions, the high school counselors, we will make ourselves available on a walk-in basis for 8th grade parents and guardians only this Friday, February 19th from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. You might not be able to meet with your student's assigned counselor, but a counselor will be able to talk to you and answer any questions that you have. Please note that we're only allowing one person per family due to physical distancing requirements. So please don't bring your student, and we are going to require masks and temperature checks. So again, that's this Friday from 8:30 to 3:30. It's going to be in the auxiliary gym at West Forsyth High School. And thanks for joining us for our parent night.